Starting live video. Hey guys, I'm back. I am so happy to be back here once again with you guys. I hope you had a fantastic morning. And so, like I promised you, I am back here and we are going to talk about the word encouragement. When I think about the word encouragement, I think about these words. I think about support. I think about confidence. I think about giving someone hope. I think about cheering someone on. And I think about persuading someone or persuading people. Encouragement, it's an act of giving. Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas holiday. So like I said, when I think about encouragement, I also think about giving. It is something that is given to people who you wish, who you would like to do well. And so, just to give you a little bit of meat about encouragement, I looked for a Bible verse and I found it in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 11. In 1 Thessalonians 5 and 11, it encourages us it admonishes us to encourage one another and to build one another up. If you guys know me well, or even if you don't know me well and you watch my videos, one of the things I almost always does is try to encourage people, to become a better person, to see things from a different perspective. So who all needs encouragement? Everyone needs encouragement. There's always someone that we can encourage. There's always someone we can encourage. There's always someone who can use the medicine of encouragement each and every day. Excuse me, that we wake up. Encouragement adds a little bit more effort to what it is that we are doing. Some people withdraw out of friendships and out of relationships because they do not get enough encouragement. I believe that encouragement is something that we all need. It is not something that we could do without as human beings. I believe it is something that we strive for and we look for. We want to hear people encourage us. We want to hear people give us hope, And sometimes on some days is when we need it the most. When we need somebody to say to us that everything is going to be all right. Do not worry. Some days we need that. We need that most. So we can always find someone to encourage. And I personally think that we should encourage people more. I believe that encouragement is free. It's free. So we don't need to be stingy with encouraging one another. I recorded a video about women on my YouTube channel where I was saying that why is it so hard for women to, encourage one another, for women to give kudos to one another, for women to celebrate one another. It's so hard, especially for women. Like men, they would give daps, and they would encourage one another. It comes easy, you know. Um, it comes easy for them to encourage one another and for them to support one another. But women, when you have women, it's more difficult for women to, to be honest, to be upfront and say, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work, and show support. And I said in that video that I believe that they feel as if they give you some support, if they show you some support, some of them, they feel like some of their other friends is going to be mad. And then some of them feel like if they have fixed the crown on your head, then somehow their crown is going to fall off, which is nonsense, because, it shows maturity and it shows strength when you could help adjust somebody else's crown. It shows a lot of maturity when you're able to say, you go girl, keep climbing. And so, like I said, encouragement is free. It's free. So there's no need for anyone to withhold it. Just give it out. Give it out. Give it out. And the persons that you give it to, hopefully, normally, they would appreciate, the kind gesture of you encouraging them and pushing them on and cheering them on. So let's talk about some of the people who can use some encouragement. For example, we should encourage somebody who has tried to do something, somebody who has tried to accomplish something and they failed. Because it takes a lot of courage to get out there and to go and do something. To get out there and be about something. It takes a lot to get up and go. It takes a lot to get up and do. Like I was explaining earlier when I made the short video explaining what my YouTube channel is all about. People put a lot of effort into what it is that they are doing, what it is that they are trying to accomplish. And so, people would love to hear you, just acknowledge the fact that, they're going hard, they're doing something, because there's a lot of people that are doing a lot of talking, but they are not doing, the work. They're not pushing, they're not, grinding, you know what I mean? So it's always good when you could respect that somebody has goals and they are pushing and working hard toward those goals. So another person we can, Shaquille, I'm recording a live video. I'm recording another person, sorry about that. Another person we can encourage is a student that is off at school. They're struggling hard. They don't have much time for anything. 2 to 1, they probably have financial problem or something, something they may be experiencing. Maybe they have a hard time at school making friends or something like that. So if you know a child that is off at college and they come home, or you have an opportunity to encourage them, that is another person that we can encourage. Children that are away, they pushing hard, they have goals, they looking to make something of themselves, so we should not withhold that encouragement from them. We should cheer them on, encourage them with whatever little that we have. We could bless their lives with it, and it will make their lives much better. Some other people we can encourage, as I mentioned, the students. We can also encourage the parents. We can also encourage, especially the single ones who, by grace and mercy, was able to afford the college tuition for their children to go off to college. We can also encourage them too, by cheering them on, speaking good things to them, and encouraging them to keep the faith and to continue to pray, encourage them that God is going to cause their children to do well and cause their children to come out successful, rather than talk about them, talk bad about them, and wish them harm and wish them this and wish them that, and pull them down and stuff, and say that they're not gonna, amount to anything, or they're gonna be a failure, they're gonna get pregnant in school, or they're gonna drop out, they're gonna join a gang in school and stuff like that. We should encourage them. We should help to motivate them so that they can do well in their nurturing of their children while they're away at college or school. We could also encourage our pastors, any pastors. We can encourage the deacons. We could encourage the ministers. I'm telling you, people does well when they get encouragement from you. When people see that you actually took the time to think about them and what they are doing, they appreciates that. You don't always have to have something to give to somebody, but just a kind word, and they would be so grateful for it. They would be so happy, that you took the time out to check them out and give them an encouraging word. We can find persons who, just came out of a marriage. They just got out of a divorce, and they trying to fit back in. They trying to figure out why wasn't I good enough? What else could I do to make myself more appealing, for my next relationship? You can encourage somebody like that, somebody who, has been abandoned and rejected by somebody. You can encourage them, you can tell them that, something, you're not bad. You're not a bad person. There may be some things that you have to work on as a person in order to become a better person, but you're not bad. You don't deserve abandonment. You deserve better. That would be good encouragement to tell somebody who is going through a divorce, or who is, out just fresh out of a divorce. And we could encourage them by, making opportunities for them, to build up their confidence, inviting them to dinner, inviting them on a date or something like that, that would help them very well. So we can also encourage each other, as Christians or non-Christians. We could encourage one another in whatever it is that we are doing. We could encourage the orphans and the widows, the teachers, because they have a hard time at school. They don't have it easy. It's not easy for them. You can encourage teachers as well. And there are so many other people that we can encourage. The single mothers who are struggling with their children, people who they are not educated, and they don't always make, even educated people make some bad decisions. So imagine if you're uneducated, you need encouragement. So, it's going to take a little bit of time and effort to look around and see, who needs encouragement, but it's going to be worth it. The smile on their faces, the looks on their faces is going to be worth it when you encourage them. Every day, God gives me breath to wake up. I find people who I can encourage, somebody's life who I can bless. And I do my endeavor to support people wherever it is I can. And I know sometimes that when I give encouragement, that sometimes some people don't appreciate it. They don't acknowledge it. you know. But I just when people does that, I just shrug my shoulder and said, it may have helped you, but you did not appreciate it. It doesn't matter, because encouragement is what I do. I sincerely believe that that is a ministry that God has called me to, and so it's no problem for me to encourage people, and it's no problem for me to say you're doing a good job, you're doing a great job, continue the great work that you're doing. It takes nothing off of me to do that. So I thank God for that. I thank God for that. Sometimes I'm giving encouragement to people where I know, I'm sending up my prayers to God, asking God for a particular thing, and when I look, somebody got it. Somebody else received it. Not what I'm asking God for, but a similar thing. Let's just say I'm praying to God, asking God for a new ride, and when I look, somebody else get a new ride. Of course, I'm not going to say, keep congratulations to myself. I'm going to go and say congratulations on your new car, Even though I'm still looking to God, for him to make a way for me to get mine, I am still celebrating, and I could still celebrate with somebody else who got their blessings before I get mine, So, like I say, encouragement is free. And so there's no need for us to be stingy with it. It's not going to take anything away from you. So, like I said, encouragement is important. It is important. If you do not encourage the people around you, the people who you see that are in need of encouragement, they just go around thinking you heartless. You don't care about them. They just feel like you just using them, to get where you want to go, to do what you want to do, and you don't, like we say, in Bahamian terms, you don't count them, you don't rate them, So I see a lot of people losing out on relationships, good relationships, because they're not smart enough to just take the time out to encourage the persons and the people that are around them, And another thing is, I see a lot of people missing out on relationships because they tend to focus on the negative. They tend to focus on what you can give rather than who you are, or even really think about you to say, well, I may be looking for this from this girl or this man, but do they really possess that? But I have my demand. I want to demand something of them, but I have not even gotten to know them well enough to know if they have it, they possess it to give to me. And so, like I say, when we don't take the time to get to know people, and when we know people and we don't take the time to encourage them, that is where a lot of relationships are going sour. It's going sour because we don't want to take the time to get to know people. We don't want to take the time to get to encourage them, because our lives has somehow become too busy, and the only thing we can focus on now is our personal need, what we want, how we want it, and when we want it. And so for an example, so that you would have a better understanding of what I'm saying about how important encouragement can be, when you look at a child that is a toddler, that is trying to walk, they're holding on. The more you encourage that child, the more that child is going to develop trust and confidence, and that child is going to start walking. They're going to start letting go of that table. They're going to start letting go of that chair. That's how important encouragement is. It makes them trust you. Excuse me. It gives them confidence, to take risks. That's what encouragement does in relationships. If you look at a dog, if you give a dog one of his special treats, or if you do something for a dog, that dog is going to be grateful. That dog is going to be thankful. He is going to try to be on his best behavior throughout the day. He's going to do backflips because you give him his favorite treats. That's encouragement. It don't have to be small. You know, it don't have to be, something big. Encouragement, it could be a small thing that we do can change someone's life. And I want to thank God at this time in my conclusion, as I end this video, for all those persons that have encouraged me through Facebook and through WhatsApp. Even, around here in San Salvador, those persons in Auckland, wherever they may be, spread across the length and breadth of this Bahama land, even those persons that may be in Africa, Canada, wherever they may be, in America, wherever they may be, and they have somehow encouraged me or been a blessing to my life, I would love to say thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Your encouragement is the reason why I'm strong today. Your encouragement is the reason why I'm still doing my videos. And like I said, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I pray that as we go to the next 2 remaining days and into 2018, that we will begin to see how important, how valuable it is to be a blessing in people's lives, to be an encouragement in people's life, to be a motivator in people's life. And the word of God says that he's going to come and his reward is going to be with him. A lot of times we do stuff and there's no reward for it. There's nobody who cares enough to acknowledge it. But I can guarantee you, and this is always at the back of my mind anytime I'm going to encourage someone, that God sees, God knows, he understands, and he is well pleased. Because if you are an encourager, if you are a motivator, it means that you're doing what God has called you here to do. And that means that when he comes back, he is going to reward you for what you did, not for what nobody else did, not for how nobody else respond, but he's going to reward you for what you did. And so, as I conclude again with this video, I pray that y'all would have a blessed end of 2017, and y'all would have a refocus and a year filled with encouragement 2018. I love you guys. Peace out. God bless. And goodbye.